All right, you guys want to see another really weird article from back in the day? Okay, this one's about some excavation. The excavation they did up by the Overton Arm area back when they were getting ready to build the Hoover Dam. Now, I noticed something really intriguing about this, and I'm going to show you this in a bit. But first, let me read a bit of this article to you. So, it's talking about the excavations in Nevada disclosing the mystery of prehistoric times. This area housed a giant lost race. So, up by St. Thomas, Nevada, Nevada's long lost city, believed to have been the seat of a primitive people of giant stature who ruled Western America centuries ago, was being gradually restored today by excavators working under Mr. Harrington, director of the Museum of the American Indian. He headed an expedition into the unknown prehistoric metropolis in the Muddy and Virgin River valleys. And I'm going to show you guys where this is on the map in just a minute and how it correlates with the other locations, the other biblical locations we have found. It goes on to say exploration has been going on for months, but only recently, according to Harrington, has excavation uncovered almost incontrovertible, that's a big word, evidence that the once lost city will prove to be the largest prehistoric ruin on the Western Hemisphere. Big, sturdy, round adobe buildings, some containing as many as 20 rooms with hard glazed floors, have been excavated, revealing under their circular courtyards the graves of a vanished race, with the skeletons found to average over 7 feet in height. It goes on to describe a woman they found who was buried with her twin infants, which is extremely sad. And a lot of the jewelry and beads and pottery and things that they found as well. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. The area embraced by the public, I can't say that, I'm sorry. But the area embraced by this city they found, it's 8 miles wide and extends intermittently with 150 outcroppings for 35 miles down the Muddy and Virgin River valleys. So you guys, this was a huge city. Huge. I live in a town of, I don't know, 30,000 people, and it's maybe a couple miles sort of across. 8 miles across is a huge city. So this wasn't just some villages they found, this was a metropolis. And it goes on to specify that this is different than the Paiute Indian tribes that lived there later. Like, this was well before the Paiute Indians, right? Okay, so this is much more ancient, this huge metropolis. Okay, now let me show you this. This is just another article I found doing a Google search on the same topic. But it's referring to their underground homes, that they constructed their homes underground in a pit house form. And I'm going to tell you why this is so interesting to me in just a minute. But the more modern homes were built above ground, like above ground structures, and the older ones were underground houses, like they dug them out. Okay, so this is where this area generally is on the map. This is the Muddy River. This is the Virgin River to the right. The Muddy River's to the left. The Virgin River's to the right. They come together right here. And this is where the Israelites crossed. This is currently Overton Arm. The thicker water there, that's Overton Arm. Now, that yellow line above is Highway 15 today, but that was used to be the road, the good road, that went up through there that the Israelites wanted to take because that would have been the direct route to the promised land. They couldn't go that way though because the Philistines were there, right? So God had to take them around. So let me show you here on the map. So they wanted to go on that yellow line, but they couldn't because the Philistines were there. See how near that is where that huge city was? Right? That huge metropolis. The pink line down there is the route that they ended up taking. And up in here is the land of the Philistines. This was all the land of the Philistines where Highway 15 is right there. That area in there. So God had to reroute them further east and then up north where that pink line shows, okay? So see how this land of the Philistines, we know it's the land of the Philistines, correlates to that city. Okay, so now check out the Hebrew meaning of the word Philistine. Griever, burrower, weakener. Burrower. The name Philistine means grievers, burrowers, and weakeners. So when I saw that bit about them having homes, they burrowed into the ground and built homes, all the little conspiracy theory bells in my head started going off. And I know this is a super messy picture, but like down here, the small red circle is around where that giant ancient city they found is, and the big red circle up here is roughly the land of the Philistines. If you want to go look at my map in more detail, the link to this map is in the bio. In my bio, you can go click on it and check it out, and zoom around and see things a little more clearly, because I know this is very messy. But see, when the Israelites left Egypt, they wanted to go right up here through the land of the Philistines. And the Philistines were known as giant people, right? So these burrowers, and the Philistines were known as burrowers. The people who lived in the underground burrow houses, who were giant people, 7 feet tall or bigger, that giant city that was 35 miles by 8 miles big, was right in this area. So they crossed, and God took them east, where that pink line is, out of the way of the Philistines to get them up and around to the promised land. Anyway, these are just my kind of random thoughts. I have not studied this out in great detail. I just saw that article and I was like, ooh, that's intriguing, so I wanted to share. I could be making connections where they don't exist, but I thought it was intriguing. So let me know your thoughts.